Ooh, okay. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is going to be a bit of a longer one because I am reacting to the full, almost 5-minute sneak peek of Superman that came out a couple days ago. This didn't immediately hit like, oh, like maybe I'm going to watch this. I don't know if I'm going to, because there is most likely going to be a full trailer for this coming out later this month. I thought for sure it would come out during CinemaCon. It did not. And also, Superman Day is this month. I'm pretty sure it's April 18th. If they don't do something, even if it's just a very short thing for this, I would be very surprised. That's just me, though. But right now, they showed this at CinemaCon. Apparently, this is the thing they showed to showcase, like, hey, get ready for this movie. Hopefully, we're doing big stuff with it in theaters. And as well as, this is the thing that got me to watch and react to it and do this video. Apparently they are showing this with the Minecraft movie that came out this weekend. I'm actually seeing it tomorrow at the time of this recording, and I figured, pretty sure I'm going to see this anyway in theaters, so might as well just do a video on it. I'm excited for this. I haven't talked about Superman on this channel yet, so I'm very excited to. I just need to say that, like, to sum it up, I am very excited for this movie. Like, no, like, genuinely, I think this is the only comic book movie coming out this year that I can confidently say that this is going to be great. Not good, great. I feel like something like Thunderbolts could surprise and just be like, yeah, this is going to be surprisingly great. Maybe same thing with Fantastic Four, but no. Superman is probably the most confident I am that this something is going to be great. At least in the comic book movies. Because James Gunn has consistently been getting better with his movies. And it's not like that he started at a very low point. I mean, I'm not a fan of his movie Super, the one with Rainn Wilson. But ever since then, he has just been getting better and better. And it feels like The Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was a massive peak for him, not just in his writing, but his actual, like, filmmaking techniques. It had, especially with Guardians 3, it had this very sleek camera movement that maybe was in The Suicide Squad every now and then, but it almost looked like it had the camera on a drone, and it looked really solid. Like, it was very solid camera work, but everything just felt so sleek and modern, but it didn't feel overly cheesy. And I feel like, especially since Superman is the first movie in the rebooted DC movies, he has to come and play. He can't mess around with this. He's aware that he has to knock this out of the park. Maybe that's why he wrote and directed this. Although, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Even when this was first announced that he was going to make this movie, before he was announced as CEO, even I was thinking, like, maybe this is a weird pairing, because, you know, like, he's used to doing, like, Outcast, like the Outcast groups and A Found Family and all that, which is really good. But even something like Creature Commandos, which just came out, it was more of the same, and which is fine with me. I'm a sucker for the Found Family trope. I know that's me. But this, like, we all knew, like, this is Superman. This is not a former C-list or D-list comic book character that is getting brought up to a new audience. This is, for all intensive purposes, this is the superhero. Like you say a superhero, you think Superman. Like this is it. And he's not messing around with this. I feel like he has to knock this out of the park, or it's going to be over right when it starts, basically. I don't think it's going to happen, but I really want to see this little teaser. I've talked way too much already. It's almost been 5 minutes. And so I'm just going to get right into it. Let's do it. It's in 4K. Yes, it is. It's locked into that. And here we go. Oh, is it gonna be... Yeah, okay. It is the opening scene of the trailer. I wonder if this is, like, close to the beginning of the actual movie. I think that could be... That's probably what the case is. Such a funny shot. Also, I'm a dog person, unfortunately.
Stop!
Yeah.
Crypto. Take me home.
Man, the CGI is really good
Home.
on it.
Crypto. Home.
That is entirely CGI, right? The crypto is? That is crazy. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. I know that shot's in the trailer, but that's cool. That's cool as hell. Oh, that looks cool. That look.
Superman.
Oh, wow. Who?
Thank you.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever.
Is that Alan
Merely
Tudyk
automatons here to serve.
voicing the robots?
She's new.
He looked at me.
Well, that's not Alan Tudyk.
14 fractured bones.
Damage to bladder, kidney, large intestine, lungs.
With a
Oh.
healthy dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time.
Oh, wow. This is really leaning into the fantasy stuff.
Heron Prime, please.
That is so... That's so fun. Oh! Okay. Good lead-in. Good lead-in. Alright, I assume that this is just gonna be... Oh! New line? I assume this is gonna be all, like, some of the same shots from the first trailer. Oh, what is going on in that background? Such a hard tagline, man. Progressive Field. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Oh, just the logo? Nice. Okay. That was really good. That was really good. That was a good, like, 3 minutes of stuff. Okay. Something occurred to me with this. I mean, I haven't read a lot of Superman comics. I guess the Sun, if he's injured that badly, I guess it would hurt for him to heal. I never thought of that. I wonder. Oh, hold on. I have not been that online within the past couple of days, kind of to avoid this, but also just I've been busy. You think a certain group is kind of mad at that? That Superman, he's in pain. You think they're mad at that? I don't know. I feel like I didn't want it to be this. I didn't want the video to be this, but they need to be quiet. I'm leaving it at that. No, I have one more thing. I mean, he's not a god. I mean, granted, all of Zack Snyder's movies, like his movies, they did frame all of the superheroes as gods. And on my other YouTube channel, when I was like still trying to talk about it and finding out my footing, I very much said I'm interested in that framing of the idea of a superhero as mythical beings, even as literal as Wonder Woman, but also someone like Batman, someone like being larger than life. I think that's very interesting, but I am glad that we're kind of back to, like, he's still human. The whole point of his identity is that he is wrestling with his heritage of Krypton, and also as well as being mainly raised as a human. And I really think this movie's going to lean into that. And of course, Man of Steel did kind of do that. I mean, that's the best example of the Henry Cavill Superman movies. Like, I think that's the best iteration of it. But I really think this movie's going to lean into that. And it kind of feels different from James Gunn's other, comic book movies. But also, we have seen that go with, like, C or D-list characters that have become, like, specifically the Guardians of the Galaxy. They've gotten so much more, like, eyes because of those movies. And honestly, I'm man enough to admit that I would not know who any of them are without those movies. But I think this could be not a game changer. If this is amazing, which is on the table, this could be a game changer. Mainly in terms of, like, Marvel versus DC. I would love that rivalry to come back again, especially because it could maybe fuel both of them to try and, like, do better. I mean, I'm not saying that it was looking bad for a while for both of them in some cases, but I really hope this is the thing that makes Marvel realize that, like, we got to step up our game again, because they were up at the top for a while, and very deserving, but then they kind of stagnated a little bit. They took a horrible dive with one project in particular. To me, that's Secret Invasion. It may be something different for you, but nearly everyone has had a point where it's like, wow, Marvel's not what they used to be anymore. And whether or not it's through this movie or any other movie, really, what if it's like Sergeant Rock, the Luca Guadagnino directed comic book movie? That's weird to say. That's very strange to say. But nonetheless, I hope this fuels the fire to make better comic book movies. I don't think there's such a thing as comic book, like, superhero movie fatigue. I don't really think that's a thing. Maybe Marvel fatigue is, but I'd like to think of it as mediocre movie fatigue. There have been diminishing results for Marvel in a while. I don't know why this came on the Marvel. I'm supposed to be talking about Superman. But either way, this looks really, really great. And I feel like if there were some people still hesitant about, the first trailer, and they see this, or they see it before Minecraft. By the way, great move. Because I'm looking at the box office stuff for Minecraft, and it's going crazy. Like, doing really, really well. if this is playing before it, great move, because this is going to get a whole lot of eyes on Superman now. And who knows, maybe that means it'll do good. There's a huge, like, trinity of box office warfare between this, Fantastic Four, and the next Jurassic World happening in July, within like a couple weeks of each other. I don't care about box office that much. Granted, I shouldn't, but I like looking at that stuff. But part of me really goes, I really want Superman to be the victor out of all of this. Because I think it'd be fun, but also very may well be the better movie. But, yeah. I guess that's the end of the video.